Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Well, we're on the road down to paradise, but we're not actually going to go to paradise. Well, we are. We're going to go towards Peyia, and we're going to take a little diversion. We're going to take a right and go through the area known as Universal, and we're going to wiggle and we're going to waggle through the back streets of Lower Paphos, and slowly but surely we're going to come out and join the Tomb of the King's Road, and then we're going to head out towards downtown Peyia. So that's where we're going, and I'm pretty sure you can see that the sky is blue, the sea is blue. All it's missing is you, because Mr. Paul is dressed head to toe in blue. So get yourself on a big bird or a canoe and start a paddling like crazy. Now, Mr. Allen, flick on the treadmill. Come on, let's get going. We're on the flat pretty much all the way to Peyia, so 3-4 miles an hour. Come on, Sally Briars, get the speed up. Let's get going. We are going to pedal the life out of the channel known as Marika and Me. And I thank every single person for joining us. Welcome to Mr. Paul's Breakfast Club. And if you'd like to get onto one of the breakfast sofas, all you have to do is click through to our About page, where you could consider to buy us a coffee or two. And guess what? You will be appearing very, very soon. That's how the channel is funded, if you understand. Obviously, someone's got to pay for the petrol, the benzene, as I say. Someone's got to pay for the car insurance, and someone's got to pay for that S-Class, which of course is coming out, and it'll be live on camera next week. I know a few people are looking forward to seeing my new black beauty, and of course we're going to pop a few people in the back seat, and we're going to carry one man in the boot as usual, Mr. Sean Broad, all the way out there in Wiltshire, because he's the greatest mechanic and car body workshop man in the world, and now he's retired. And I took him with me down to Larnaca to look at this black S-Class. I popped him out of the boot, and he came out and he gave me the thumbs up within seconds. He said, "That's the best one I've seen in a long, long time." So if I was you, dig deep, Mr. Paul, and buy it. So I did. And as I told him last night, so I was having a chat with one of my superstar friends, the one and only Sir Richard. He's got a beautiful wife known as Julie Nash, and of course my little mate, although he's not that little, Mr. Leo. So I was having a chat with Sir Richard last night about the progress on the Marika and Me website, and it's coming on very, very well. And that'll be a site which gives you information on ourselves, and of course directs you towards our YouTube videos. And we were thinking of some ideas for it, by the way, so let me put this one to you. What do you think of this? People for some reason come out to Paphos, and they sort of hunt us down, and then they ask us if they can have a photograph with us. So, you know, we don't mind that bit. So if you do fancy doing that, what about putting those pictures back onto our website to share your experiences with ourselves and other people around, shall we say? So drop in the comments, would you like to have that feature on our website? So you take pictures. It hasn't got to be pictures of you and us, by the way. It can be you doing whatever you want to do in Paphos, and you can upload them to the website and share it with your family and your friends and that kind of thing. Now, talking about family members, so sweet Lady Caroline, I hope you've got your bottom on the memory foam pillow, because I think you understand that this road, well, Dayman, it's way, way worse than Sherlock Holmes, isn't it? I mean, to be honest, Mr. Lee, you know, absolute Sherlock Holmes is not good enough words for this road. This road is probably William Shakespeare, so that's even worse than Sherlock Holmes, as we say. And we're looking for some new phrases by, what about William Chaucer? I mean, that was a strange English bit of language, wasn't it? I remember doing him when I was in at A-level, and I didn't understand a word he was saying. I mean, I think we'll have to get one of those books and give it to Miss Hutchings Booth and see what she has to say, because at the moment she's having the life tickled out of her, by the way, by some of the names of towns and villages that are in the UK and various other parts of the world, by the way, which have these well, what should we say? Should we say slang words to make them, you know, hard on? Although, sorry, I thought it wasn't a hard on, was it? Sorry, Mr. John of the Barnhawk fame. It was hard. What was it? I can't remember now. Anyway, explain what it meant to Miss Hutchings Booth. Dayman is wiggling a finger, and she is saying, "Stop it now." Lady oh so sweet Caroline is looking for the unsubscribe button, but Nigel's saying, hey, come on, let him have a little bit more and go and pour me another gentleman's sour. So we're looking forward to seeing you, Lady Caroline, and of course my friend the one and only Lord Nigel, and we understand that you're bringing the family. And of course, we're going to get to meet the one and only Miss Ellie, and she's going to get to, well, party the day away and the night away in the hotel that unfortunately she missed a few years back. And of course, that hotel is the Olympic Lagoon Resort. And you never know, Miss Ellie, if you'd like to learn how to do the Chuchka dance, we might get you on camera as well. How's that? Not too bad. Right, we're wiggling and we're waggling across country, shall we say, through the lower extremities of Paphos. The old town is technically to our right, and shall we say Tomb of the Kings area is technically to our left. And this is a shortcut, if you understand me, because it means we don't have to wiggle and waggle through all the traffic lights and all the chaos around the Paphos Mall at this time of day. And for some reason, they're bringing a bus up this way, which was not the greatest idea in the world, was it? And the man in the Mercedes, well, not the cleverest man in the world, as we can see. If you can see him on camera, he somehow thinks that this bus can get round him, and I'll bet you he'll reverse and park in exactly the same place. But there we go. These are the idiots in the world that are in cars, and I include myself in that as well. All we ever think about is me, me, and me, and that's the way it goes. Bus driver seems to be a very, very good driver indeed, and he understands that he's got a problem here, that's for sure. So we're going to have to get up on this curb, all because of an idiot in a Mercedes over there. So there we go. And let's hope we can get down off this curb, because we are in quite a low Mercedes CLK. Yep, we're all right, because I would never want to damage someone's car. We're delivering this car back to the lady, if you understand. We picked it up the other day, and there you go, there's the idiot. Thanks very much, mate. There we go. Right, that's the rant over, Mr. Andrew. There we go. Now, talking about fellow YouTubers, by the way, there's a couple of stars in our family crew, and of course we've got Miss Mart. Miss Mart, I apologise, Miss Mart. You confused me when you wore the blonde wig. I know the family members have not seen you wearing that on channel, but of course I have. So every time I always think it's Miss Mart. Never mind. He was doing his impersonation of Miss Marika, if you understand me. Dame Anne's wondering what the hell is he on about. There we are. Right, Dame Anne is sitting there on a sofa. She's got her two, well, a left and a right hand man. They are the two Ronnies, obviously. We've got Viking Ronnie. He's sitting there with his filtered coffee and a piece of malted toast. He's on the left, and he's talking about tongue twisters, and he's talking about Middelfart and all those kind of things. Middelfart's a town apparently in downtown Denmark. So as I said to him in the comments, probably down the road there's Little Fart, and probably up the road there's the Big Fart. But you never know. There we are. Right, on her right hand side, her right hand man, obviously the man in charge of all of the law and order, and of course that man is the one and only Ron Miller, and he's all the way from uptown Scotland, and he likes to mosey on down to Paphos and have a bit of fun when he comes down with his wife, and they pop into TJ's and have some fish and chips. TJ's fish and chip shop, by the way, is probably the greatest fish and chip shop in downtown Paphos, if not the whole of Cyprus. Forgive the road surface, it's absolutely William Shakespeare. There we go. Right, there's a couple of lovebirds walking down to the beach, because they understand that the weather is absolutely spectacular. And of course, if your name is Miss Dawn, you've got a husband called Mr. Sean, you've got a nice little cat called Daisy, and you've got a nice little dog called Bo. The weather, if you're curious to know, today is 21 degrees. Yes, you heard me correctly. We're in the third week of February, and the temperature is 21 degrees, and the sun is belting down, and I am seriously considering taking off my jacket and going into full summer mode, which is, of course, a blue t-shirt. So we'll stop at these red lights, because I can see there were some people. There we are. So we'll have to stop. Tourists, you never know. They may be family members. It is possible. We do have one or two now. Anyway, going back to, I was chatting yesterday, wasn't I, as I was telling you, to Sir Richard, and we were talking about the progress on the website. Slowly but surely, he is building a website with himself and his web designer, graphic designer, those kind of people, and obviously very, very clever people. But anyway, they're sorting it out for us, and it's going to be an information site, and it'll link through to all our YouTube videos, and of course you can, hopefully, you'll be able to upload photographs to it, and slowly but surely we'll start to do tie-ups with various holiday rental companies and perhaps hire car companies, but we'll only link up with good ones. I don't want to be associated with, well, you know what I mean. So we're only going to link up with a decent hire car company. We won't get any money. I'm not after the money. It's if we can help you to get a good hire car, that kind of thing. And if we can get you to go and stay in a reputable villa rental company, those kind of things, if you understand me. Because we only want to be associated with good companies. The money, not too bothered that much. We can make our money in other ways, shall we say. And believe it or not, I have got a euro or two. I just don't like to spend it that much. Well, I can't spend it that much because whatever's left I try to keep towards my retirement, because I am planning on retiring in 3 years. Now, talking about that, next week, well, it's actually this week, I am going to become that little bit older again. On Saturday, it is my birthday. So if anyone wants to wish me a happy birthday and go make a YouTube video, please do, and send us the link and we'll watch it for sure. That's it. So 25th of February, that is Mr. Paul's birthday. And as the coincidence happens, and it is a coincidence, I'm going to go and pick up my S-Class on that day as well. And that was never the plan. It was not even in my mind. It's just that's the way that the cookie has crumbled, shall we say. So on Friday night or Saturday morning, I'm going to go down to Larnaca and pick up my rather nice looking black beauty of an S-Class. Not a new one, but I believe it's possibly the cleanest S-Class from 2007 to 2011 on this island. And I hope, touch wood, I'm touching my head by the way, hopefully it will run me for the next 4 to 5 years or so, because the last Mercedes, well, unfortunately that's down on camera a couple of weeks ago now, isn't it? But that's the first time ever, by the way. That really is the first time ever. And that's just a coincidence. There's an idiot in a car, as you can see. That's just a coincidence that I'm selling it. As everyone who follows the channel knows, that I've been looking for an S-Class of various guys for the last 3 or 4 months now. So it's just how the cookie crumbled. And if you're curious to know, I am a bit of a car trader, as some people understand. Well, I bought that car 5.5 years ago, and I've sold it to Marius the mechanic, by the way, so it's not going to go far away. You understand it's a good car as well, and I've sold it to him for 200 euros less than what I actually paid for it. So in the world of car trading, to own a car for 5 years and then only lose 200 euros, that's not too bad. And I believe that the next one that I'm going to get on Saturday, I know I'm boring you by the way, but I believe that that car I can drive for the next 2 to 3 years and still sell it for what I have actually paid for it. So how do I say it? Car traders are strange people, by the way, and we are strange people. We understand that we have to make a profit out of a car when we sell it to you, but we don't actually want to spend our money or lose our money when we buy cars, if you understand me. So we tend to drive around in strange cars, shall we say, cars that we believe that we've bought cheap, that we still believe that we can sell. This week, by the way, just out of curiosity, I have purchased 3 now. I bought another one today, 3 convertible cars. I've bought an SLK Mercedes, which was on camera the other day. I bought a silver Volkswagen, I think it's a Eros, I think it is, and that was on camera a few weeks ago, having its bumper done. And today I've bought a Vauxhall Astra convertible as well. So I'm getting ready for the summer season, shall we say. Well, I'm going to understand a lot of people like to drive around in convertible cars. I believe that I bought them cheap, and I hope that I'm going to make a couple of bob. So if anyone happens to want a convertible car that's watching, drop in the comments or find the email and message me, and I'll send you pictures and all the details. All 3 of them are very good cars. All 3 of them have been owned by expats for many years, and you're going to get a good car if you buy one. Anyway, where are we? Downtown Kisoniga, and rapidly starting our descent in towards Peyia, which is where this video is going to come to an end, that's for sure. Now, I want to do some shout outs to some people that are helping the channel to grow, people that do go through and buy us a coffee or 2 now and again. Sean Broad, thank you very much. Sir Richard and Julie Nash, thank you very much. Nick and Kath up in Yorkshire, thank you very much, very much appreciated. Viking Ronnie, thank you very much. Ronnie Miller, thank you very much. Dayman, very much appreciated. Barnhawks, that's John and Louise, who likes a cheese board, thank you very much. That also includes, I'm losing my English, I'm talking Chaucerian English, there we go. It also includes Fern, that's the baby Barnhawk, and of course Harry, the keeper. That was my little joke, by the way. I think the world of Mr. Harry. They're coming out in a couple of months, and hopefully we'll get him on camera. But when I was introduced to Miss Fern, that's the daughter of John and Louise, I turned to Harry, and well, I turned to Fern as I was shaking his hand, and I said, "Is he a keeper?" And he gulped, if you understand me. It was like saying, "Will you marry me?" waiting for that yes. And she looked at me and she smiled, and she goes, "I'll keep him for the rest of my life." Exactly. He's a star amongst stars, and we understand that one day he's going to put a ring on the finger of Miss Fern, and they're going to live happily ever after and go to Chuchka dancing down the Cato Paphos promenade. Two other people who hopefully are going to tie the knot very, very soon are the one and only Miss Sally Briers and Mr. Matt Dyers. That's a bit of a tongue twister there, isn't it? Because Sally Briers is going to become Sally oh, I can't even say it. There we go. Right. So get that ring out, Mr. Matt. You've bought the sofa, you've booked the holiday. You've got to do it in threes. The next one is to get the ring, because that's what Miss Sally wants. And if you don't, well, when you go back from Cyprus, you's going to be sleeping out in the car park. And we understand that it does start to get that little bit cooler around about the end of September in Northamptonshire. But you never know. Perhaps you could pop up the road and go sleep in the garage of Nigel Big Guns. You never know. I don't think so. I think Oh So Sweet would chuck you out. There we go. Right. Now, we are going to start our descent now into Lower Clorica, and at those traffic lights down here, if you were to take a right, you would go up into the village area of Clorica. Clorica? No, Kisoniga. Sorry, I'm confusing my villages. Kisoniga. And if you were to go to the left, you would actually go straight into the quayside kiosk, open 24 hours a day. So if you're out and about at night and perhaps outrunning the police, or you could miss it a burglary or something like that, you're out with someone else's wife, perhaps that could be the good place to go and hide. There it is, Bayside, 24-hour kiosk. So you can pop in and get a pack of cigarettes or one of those vaping things, or a pack of crisps or whatever. And you never know, more often than not, there's a couple of policemen sitting in there frapping themselves up and get ready to finish their shift. But anyway, that's where you could pop in 24 hours a day. So now it's time for the descent, just after we pop into the CU Beach Bar and have a quick half or two. Perhaps that could be the perfect place for Miss Justine, my fizzy tonic, to take Gumbara number one, Mr. Andy. I think that when you come out to Paphos in September, isn't it, October-ish time, we're going to pop you in the back of the S-Class and we're going to bring you here. What do you think, Justine? What do you think, Mr. Andy? Fancy going there? Sitting there, and you can look out across the blue Mediterranean Sea. You can have a beer or two. I'll have a Coke. Christina Booth, she'll have a beer, and of course Justine will have a Coke. There we go. And we can plan the wedding, because again, there's some other people who are going to get married in the next 2 years, and that of course is Mr. Paul, that's me, and Versace Christina Booth, that's Miss Marika. So this is the final descent. This is the final stretch of road. That's the blue Mediterranean Sea. The piece sticking out in front of you to the left is the Coral Bay Peninsula, which means that you are looking at downtown Peyia. That's it. This metropolis in front of you, all around you, is downtown Peyia. Broken down into a few districts. You've got Peyia, lower, mid, up. You've got Coral Bay, you've got Sea Caves, and you've got the St. George area. And eventually it goes out into the Camas. So a very, very big area and a very, very diverse area. And there's an awful lot of nationalities living here. And it probably is top of the list for most foreigners when they either come to live or retire into Cyprus. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. And of course, if you do like what you see, please hit the like, click subscribe, come back for a little bit more of my insanity. Thanks for watching.